So throughout my 100 plus videos that I've made on YouTube updates, most of the updates that YouTube has made have been received poorly. People weren't happy with them. And so pretty much one of the top, I'd say top 5 comments I've ever gotten on my channel is when is there going to be a competitor to YouTube? And obviously some people have tried. There's been Vimeo, Dailymotion. There have been a few that have tried and they seem to have failed, but I feel like YouTube is so big now and the only way you can properly combat it and compete with it is to already be an established brand or a company. So one company that's actually trying their hand to compete with YouTube is Spotify. So Spotify is actually paying creators for popular videos now. And they've been allowing people to make music videos. They've already started with podcasts as well. So they seem to be actually going all in on video as opposed to just solely focusing on music. So starting January of 2025, which is actually really soon, they are going to start to actually pay people for how much engagement their videos receive. So basically, people are probably going to start uploading video podcasts on Spotify even more than YouTube, and they pretty much already have. And they're going to start getting paid massive amounts of money for it. I mean, Joe Rogan had signed a $250 million streaming deal with Spotify. So basically, his podcast would be on Spotify for freaking over $200 million. But that's just podcasts and music videos. What about regular videos? What about like the type of video that you're watching right now? Who can compete with YouTube in regards of that? Well, Rumble has actually apparently been breaking viewership records on their website, which is mostly focused on streaming. But still, the fact that a website that is not called either YouTube or Twitch can break records in terms of streaming, it's pretty insane. So there's a bunch of these newer streaming websites that are actually kind of bucking up and being able to compete with the big dogs. Rumble is one of them, Kick is another one. And yeah, it's kind of interesting to see which one of these websites are maybe going to take an initiative to have normal videos on their website as well. Although right now, as we speak, I do believe that YouTube does have a legitimate competitor if they take it seriously, and that would actually be Twitter itself. So Twitter, I believe, can actually be a pretty legitimate competitor to YouTube. They already have like monetized videos on Twitter for select creators. You can already subscribe to people on Twitter, and the subscriptions work similar to Twitch, where you pay a certain amount of dollars a month to get access to all of these features that normal users don't get. And so Twitter can actually be a good competitor to YouTube in a few ways. So one, they're not nearly as strict with their monetization rules. Two, they actually receive up to 97% of the revenue generated from their content. And when they get up to $50,000 in lifetime earnings, then it'll be reduced to 90%, which is still really good. According to this article, that is a very much bigger step than YouTube, which only pays eligible creators 55% of net revenue from ads. So basically, X or Twitter, I'm always going to call it Twitter, is always going to be a good competitor to YouTube in terms of usability, but now it can be an actual competitor in terms of videos. So according to this article, Mr. Beast had made $260,000 in ad revenue from his first video on X. And obviously, he's an anomaly because he's the biggest YouTuber on the platform, one of the biggest social media personalities in the world. But even for the average Joe like yourself or me or the average Jill, we might be able to make a decent amount of money off Twitter as well. So really, YouTube does have a few legitimate competitors, but it really comes down to which one is going to take video creation seriously. For example, with YouTube, we actually have an actual homepage where you get recommended videos to you. So, all gaming, music, podcasts, like there's actual sections. There are videos from people who you're subscribed to, there are shorts. There's like a big catalog of videos that you can actually watch. Whereas on Twitter, there is mostly just posts. So there are trends that you will see on the right. And then if you go to explore, then you'll see all the trending stuff that's happening right now. But there isn't an actual dedicated video section. If they had a video section, I think they can have like a legitimate competition with YouTube, especially if the ad revenue share is actually higher on Twitter than it is on YouTube, because the vast majority of YouTubers have the same problem where they can't even survive on YouTube in terms of the amount of money that they get. I think that these companies actually do pay attention to some of the stuff that goes on YouTube, and they understand that there's like a gap in the market where people are starting to get frustrated with YouTube's little changes. They probably think that, hey, maybe if a bunch of people actually do want to leave YouTube, we can be a legitimate competitor to them. I honestly think that websites should give this a shot, and I actually have a little bit of a different opinion than what you guys might think. I actually want YouTube to succeed in the battle against these websites. However, I do want these websites to create a competition for YouTube so YouTube has the pressure to do better. Kind of off topic, but it honestly reminds me of Dragon Ball Z with like the relationship between Goku and Vegeta. The reason why Vegeta trains so hard to get stronger is because he knows that he has a legitimate competition with Goku. Goku's pretty much always a step ahead of him, and he wants to make sure that he can actually compete with him. YouTube right now, they have no legitimate competition. So even if they keep screwing things up, they're in their head, they're thinking, well, I mean, it's not like anyone can beat us anyways, right? But if you actually have legitimate competition, somebody who actually can overtake you, massive companies like X, Spotify, things like that, then it might make you consider like, oh, actually, maybe I do need to step my game up. Maybe I do need to keep my viewers happy or else they might actually leave. Let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comments. Let me know which video sharing website or potential video sharing website you think can actually compete with YouTube. Is it Spotify? Is it Twitter? Is it Rumble? Who is it? Who do you guys think? Just going to take this point in the video to address a few things. So first of all, I uploaded a video yesterday, which I ended up taking down because I feel like a lot of the people in the comments misunderstood what I was trying to say in the video. And basically my main message in that video is that content creators, especially the more massive ones, should take more time to actually appreciate their viewers, liking a comment, saying thank you for the support, making sure that you don't just disappear for 5 years without any type of notice, even making one tweet just saying, hey, I'm not really feeling content creation, but thank you guys for your support. Little things like that. Basically, I was saying that I wish content creators would show more support for their audiences. And people got super pissed and they were like, you're being parasocial, blah, 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 which is funny because they clearly didn't watch the video because I actually addressed the parasocial thing in the video where I said, this isn't about being parasocial. It's about being legitimately concerned for somebody's health. So for example, if you're watching let's say me, right? Let's say you're watching me and let's say you're a supporter of mine, which I always say thank you guys and I always appreciate it, right? I upload every other day or maybe every 2 or 3 days. What if I stopped uploading for 3 years straight? Wouldn't you guys think that something happened to me? Maybe he's sick or maybe he even died, right? And if you guys legitimately care about me or whoever YouTuber you watch, that shit's gonna hurt. Like, damn, like, is he okay? Right? And a lot of these guys come back and you know what they say after their long 3 or 4 break? They're like, yeah, I just didn't really feel like making videos anymore. Awesome. Good for you. Like you have the right to make videos or not make videos. You have a right to take a break, not take a break. But it would have been nice if you had just let your supporters know what was going on. Like, hey, not really feeling it right now. I don't know when I'll be back, but thank you for the support, guys. That's all I was saying. And people got so angry at that video. It was insane. But I might actually re-upload that video because I'm just gonna make a few tweaks to it. But yeah, I took down that video. I probably shouldn't have taken down the video, but like I said, I feel like a lot of people misunderstood what I was trying to say. On a more positive note, I just want to say thank you guys so much for everyone who's been tuning into the live streams. I'm doing them kind of sporadically, but speaking of people not misunderstanding what I'm trying to say, the live stream chats have been so wholesome and you guys have been offering so many good challenging opinions and critiques. Even when you guys disagree with something I say, I feel like you guys are always so intelligent with how you go about it. So I just want to thank everybody so much for all the support on the channel, whether it's on the live streams or regular videos. I appreciate you guys a lot. That being said, let me know what you guys think about the situation in the comments. Who do you think can compete with YouTube? See you guys later.